Remember all of that.
She reminded me.
Do you want to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Doug, do you read the Elkhart Promise?
Yes, I do. The Elkhart Promise. Every student is known by name, challenged, and supported by highly effective staff, and in partnership with the community, will graduate career and college ready for life and life ready.
Thank you. You will have an opportunity to speak at the end of the meeting. If you fill out the form that Dora is holding up. You'll have 3 minutes at the end of the meeting. After each agenda item, I'll ask for questions or comments from the audience. First on the agenda is a moment of pride.
Good evening.
Good evening.
We are very excited tonight. Wanted to share a couple of numbers to tell you how big of a deal Willow Townsend is. There are 7.3 million students in the United States with disabilities. There are 3 million students in the United States who are gifted. When you add those two categories together, in public schools, there are only 300,000 students in the United States that are twice exceptional. Willow Townsend is one of 300,000 of those students across the country. The bigger deal is right behind you right now. Council for Exceptional Children is in Washington, D.C., and it is the professional organization for special education. Every year, they identify 12 students across the United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico as students with disabilities who are outstanding in the 6 categories you saw here and most likely future leaders. Knowing Willow as I do, I assume we'll be calling her senator here shortly. She was identified by the Council of Exceptional Children in Washington, D.C. as one of the 2 academic champions. She'll be celebrated in San Antonio, Texas on March the 15th at 4 o'clock. Feel free to come on down if you want to see her get her award. It will be a great time. But I'd like to introduce Willow. I think you all know Julene, our teacher for blind low vision, and mom, Ashley. I do want you just to have a minute or two to be able to talk to Willow because she's amazing and a great speaker. And hopefully she can tell you about the fact of some of the awards that she's won recently. And she may not know this, but she's going to be on WNIT on a feature story here shortly too.
Hello, my name is Willow and I live in Indiana, and recently I won the Yes I Can award, and I've just been trying to work really hard and it paid off.
Big way.
Because I got big thing, the academics Yes I Can award, and that was really big, and I was surprised.
You want to tell them about the Braille Challenge and being a finalist?
What did you do last summer? So last summer, I actually became a Braille Challenge finalist, which means there are 50 kids selected from the United States, the UK, and Canada, and they fly down to California and compete. And I was one of those 50 students to compete, and that was very fun.
That's amazing.
What award did you recently get from Freedom Science?
Oh yeah, recently I got a $300 gift card and a computer and a 5-year license to JAWS, so that was really good.
Do you want to tell them what JAWS is?
JAWS is the computer program that I use in my day-to-day school life, and I like JAWS a lot because it makes my computer accessible and it makes my life a lot easier.
How does it do that? What does JAWS do? Is it a shark?
No.
Okay, so tell them what it is.
JAWS is a program that is put on your computer, and it is a screen reader. It reads what's on the screen, and it reads everything and anything that you're doing on the computer. And it makes it very accessible to the blind and low vision community.
So what Willow kind of, in her excitement about her Amazon gift card, which what 10-year-old would not be thrilled about that. Freedom Scientific, the company that makes software such as JAWS, which is what Willow uses, and Zoom Text, as well as refreshable braille displays and other accessibility equipment, has a featured student of the month, and she was submitted and actually won December student of the month. So she is currently Freedom Scientific's student of the month as well for their national campaign. So they are providing her, along with the gift card, with her own desktop PC to use at home, as well as a 5-year free license for their software, so she can become more proficient and adept at using a computer independently.
Yay!
Now, Willow, what's your favorite subject? What do you like
About the Yes I Can Award?
about that?
No, favorite
What's your
subject in
favorite
school?
Oh, my favorite subject in school, sorry.
You can be honest.
Music.
All right.
I think Mr. Walt was happy to hear that. by the way.
A very proud music
Very
teacher.
proud. Wait, is Mr. Walker a music teacher?
Yes.
Oh, go Mr.
Who's your classroom teacher?
Mrs. Walt.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're both back here.
What instrument do you play?
I play multiple instruments. I'm in percussion, which means bang, hit, rattle, shake. So I play a lot of different instruments. I have a giant piano at my house, and I love piano.
Nice.
Cool.
Well, you probably didn't know this, but under the moment of pride, it says Tony England will introduce Willow. And I'm like, well, what's her last name? But as I've heard your accomplishments and your awards and your distinction, it became very clear. You're Willow. And there's, something to be said about that. There's some great people in this world that are known by a first name, like Oprah Winfrey.
Elon.
Cher. Madonna. But I can tell you that Oprah Winfrey was Oprah Winfrey well into her young adulthood. And she didn't just go by Willow, where everybody knew your first name so young. So what you achieved by just being known as Willow, and I understand why, is great, and I expect great things to come from you, Willow. And when I mention Willow, I'll never have to mention the last name. Who you are. That's right. Everybody will know Willow.
If you really want to know my last name, is Townsend.
Willow. In and out. You're Willow. Yeah. I'll read an article someday about you, and I'll know exactly who Willow they're talking about.
I hope it's about the chef in Italy.
If that's what you want to be.
Yeah, either that or producer or both.
Well, okay.
You can
how
produce
about
a chef show.
Produce your show as a chef. Yeah, you can produce your own show in Italy.
I eagerly await.
Yeah, absolutely.
Congratulations, Willow.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. If we could give her a hand, that'd be awesome. Thank you all very much.
Next on the agenda are the consent items. Is there a motion to approve? Motion.
Second.
Is there any discussion,
Okay,
Kelly?
so Chin and Kimaswara donated $1,000 to the boys basketball team. Daryl and Jennifer Higgins donated $800 to the girls basketball team. Noah's Landing Pet Care donated $1,000 to the boys basketball team. And Steve and Andrea Thalheimer donated a total of $947 to the freshman division of clothing, makeup, feminine hygiene, and multiple other items that will benefit that school. So thank you to our community again.
Is there any other discussion? Is there any questions or comments from the audience? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Dr. Staley, you're up next.
Yes, you received the calendar for 24-25 last meeting. And it's basically a replica of this year's calendar, except it just has 3 e-learning days. I am in the process of course, getting the waiver from the state for those 3 days. The only way this will, if approved, the only way this will come back is if we don't get that waiver.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there any discussion from the board? Is there any questions or comments from the audience? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Mark?
We have a request and making a recommendation that the board approve a request for a partnership between the school system and the Elkhart Miracle baseball team. This is really designed to upgrade one of our diamonds down at the freshman division facility. It would assist the school corporation in terms of diamond development, and it would assist the Miracle in terms of having a place to play. We think it's a win-win and recommend this request for your approval.
Is there a motion?
Motion. Second.
Is there any discussion?
Which diamond at the freshman campus?
I can't name it. There are two down there.
There's one by the football.
Yeah.
And then there's
it's
the
one-
complex.
I think it's the one back out.
By the
Practice field.
Yeah,
The practice field.
that's my understanding. I'll check that.
This was a 3-year.
Yeah,
3
so,
years.
so the intent would be to upgrade the field immediately and install lighting, raise the money to install lighting over a 3-year period.
And it's a current field we're not using, so.
Current field we're not using, although it's a field that we'll have access to, and we have first priority on that field.
And it will finally have lights.
Yeah, which was,
Finally,
yeah.
which is something we wanted forever.
Yeah.
And just more out of curiosity, you may not know this, they're currently affiliated with Northridge or Northwood.
They had played on the Diamonds at Northwood last year and are seeking a different home.
Okay.
Is there any other discussion from the board? Any questions or comments from the audience? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Welcome back, Dr. Staley.
To me, this course is fairly exciting in terms of Elkhart County has a reputation for entrepreneurs, and you can see this course is to help in that effort. It's a year-long course, and you can see the sort of the course description as the many important aspects of starting a new business, and so recommend approval of this new course.
It's just initial.
It's for board information. Yeah.
Thank you.
Do we have any? Cindy?
Hi, I'm Cindy Dunlop. I wanted to introduce myself. I was your appointee to the Elkhart Public Library Board of Trustees. So I wanted to come. I think of like all of you that are, when you're new on the board, there's a lot to learn. So I've been getting my feet wet, getting to meet personnel, programs, taking a tour of the main branch of the library, or the main library, and then the 4 branches. So I've been very impressed with all the programs, everything going on, all the positive things. And thinking, actually, Mr. Mao, when I see you, I was in school with your brother Joel. So that's how, a graduate of the last class of Elkhart High School, when it was one high school many years ago, and thinking about how the use of library has changed tremendously in my life over the years. You know, even as a young mother, taking my kids and myself personally taking out tons and tons of books. And now research is done online, and I like nonfiction, so I buy my books so I can mark all over in them. So it's really interesting to see how the library has morphed, and their intent is to really serve the community. They start with read 1,000 books by the time your child is in school, a packet that they give to every parent of a newborn, and they want every third grader to read. So anyway, I'm hoping that they've been working on their strategic plan. They're getting ready to wrap that up, and I thought maybe in the new year I can come back and report some of their findings. They hired a consultant. They've been having a lot of community meetings, and you know, they want to have a better understanding of their successes, understand their gaps, and so yeah. So I'm, you know, as I said, I'm getting my feedback, but just wanted to introduce myself to you. A couple members know me, know how to get a hold of me if you have any questions. So I wanted to thank you for the opportunity to serve you and the greater community. So thank you.
Thanks for thinking.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have anything more?
Just to remind the board that we have a meeting next Tuesday, December 19th at 7 o'clock in the evening.
Anything from the board? Meeting adjourned.